Black women don't care if you date black men. The black men that y'all date, we wouldn't look at twice.
You're so beautiful, so gorgeous. Ooh.
Saw footage of the wedding and they hired this big time videographer. In many countries, there is a nickname for passport bros. It's LBH, loser back home.
On the decline, men are waking up and women are acting more entitled and less feminine.
The moment my husband and I walked inside of that gas station, I heard somebody's voice saying, "It makes my blood boil seeing him coming in here with a white girl."
First of all, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You know what? It's not to punish you. White guys feel so inferior sometimes when it comes, because they feel like they're bigger and they're better and they're more alpha. But it's not the case. It might just be that she actually fell in with this guy, the Black King, at work, online dating, whatever. She wanted to try it a little bit. You know, you give it 6 months, they might not even be together. Like, oh, you were so much nicer, you treated me better. And don't forget, there will be a cultural difference as well. Snow bunny. If she's never been a snow bunny before, like before meeting you, why would she flicker? Maybe she's been watching one of my videos or something. But yeah, loads of guys are like, she left me for a Black King. I'm like, it'd be the same. What's the difference? White King, Black King, who cares at the end of the day? She left you for someone else, she doesn't deserve you back.
You're so beautiful.
Who are you? Man, I be that pretty motherfucker.
Thank you so much.
Really? Okay, guck mal. He's so gorgeous.
Where you from, Germany?
Black queens forever.
Yeah, I'm from Germany. You?
What part? I'm from the States. I live in New York.
Snow bunnies never.
Ooh.
Yes, but I'm coming to Europe in like next month or something like that. I'm coming to Germany. I'll be in Berlin and Frankfurt and
Frankfurt.
yes.
Add me on Asa. I will show you the sexy Frankfurt girls.
So you'll put me on all the other girls too?
Yeah.
So
Gang bang, baby.
What? Whoa. What she say?
Yeah.
So
Gang bang, baby.
What? She said gang bang, baby. No. She said gang bang, baby. This is crazy.
I give you the fun of your life.
I'm finna add you. We about to have fun.
Yeah. Call me, baby. Bye.
I ain't never had that ever happen to me. I'm trying to see what that be like right there. Look, be that.
Snow bunny has. As soon as she saw him, she was in awe, right? And why is that? It's not only because he's a handsome guy. It's also because black men have a large influence. And white men do as well, American men altogether, but still a lot of black people. What do I mean? This is exactly what I mean.
The world that we make the most money from is hip hop culture and influence. So that's true. So from the music to the TVs to our clothing and all that stuff, that's the #1 export out of America to the world.
Right.
Who does that the biggest and best? The black man, the black culture. So that's so crazy. Like the #1 thing that comes from America is black people influence to the rest of the world. Why all those countries, when they see us, they seeing our highlights for the most part. You hear about the bull on the news, which is not as crazy as it used to be, but they get the good stuff, the fly, the cool, the music, the basketball and the football, all that cool. So when a black American go to these places, they treat it like in high regard, especially a cool statue type.
You're
a superhero one though.
Yeah. I mean, if you're tall.
Come on now.
Good style.
Oh, yeah. Man, well, my drawers wouldn't stay on. I gotta walk around drawless. I'm wearing these folks. I gotta just drop the zipper down and get real. That was it. Like, well, waste of time. I gotta be realistic.
He said, I'm walking around drawless, but he's not lying though, right? And also, if you're a guy that's confident, that's the #1 thing. Confident. Sometimes it's not even height. I've gotten through my whole life with confidence. If you have confidence, girls say it all the time. If a man oozes confidence, they get turned on. That's when the drawers drop, right? Because you demand and command attention everywhere you go. And that's what they want. They want the guy that stands out in the room. They want the guy that doesn't have to yell for his attention and also, you know, do the most to get noticed. He's just noticed. But as he said, hip hop music, football, basketball, track, that's what they see all over the place. They see we're the fastest, the biggest, the strongest, and they want to try us for that reason. They want to see what it's about. Sometimes they may not even know, but they want to know. They want to figure us out. And that ain't wrong with me. If you're a black man going across these waters, nothing's wrong with that.
This is the way.
I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, and I need you to listen to me good. Black women do not care if you have braids in your head. It's when you put on a persona and an act of a black woman that we have a problem with. Why, when you get braids, do you start talking with an accent? And you be talking like a stereotypical black woman, because most black women don't even talk ghetto. Number two, we don't care that you wear bonnets. But when you start wearing bonnets and start acting like a stereotypical black woman, that's when we have a problem. If a black woman is looking at you crazy for having a bonnet on in public, 9 times out of 10, she's looking at you crazy for having a bonnet on in public.
I don't think, see, most white women and other races, you have some that are trying to take those parts, but for the most part, not at all, right? But what you said, dear white woman, we do not care that you date black men. Why even say that? What's the whole point of saying that? You obviously do care. I can see it in your eyes, a twinkle in your eyes. You do care. Everybody cares somewhat. But you care. Hear her out. Listen to her.
Not because you're a white woman. Black women don't care if you date black men. At all.
Are you sure about that?
Half of the time, or over half of the time, the black men that y'all date, we wouldn't look at twice. And I also need y'all to understand, a black man saying that he don't date.
What you ladies see as weak, they see as strength. They do. You know, a lot of you don't give guys a chance. You won't give a guy the time of day. And when you go across these waters, they want to give you all of their day. You ladies don't understand the difference. And if I was you, I would feel bad about it. But you don't care. You don't care what you do. You don't care how your character is displayed all across the board, all around the world. Look at you. You're making a video in like a half bonnet. That's not presentable. All other women I see, for instance, every other woman that I have in a video has no bonnet on. Ain't that crazy? The only one that has a bonnet on is you. That's a problem. Kevin Samuels did it, spit on his grave. And he was the last hope. Y'all don't even realize he was your last hope. I gotta show you guys this video. This clearly shows that a lot of them do care.
The moment my husband and I walked inside of that gas station, I heard somebody's voice saying, "It makes my blood boil seeing him coming in here with a white girl." You know how it is when you hear something but you don't really register it and you don't really process it yet. So I just kept walking. My husband was in front of me because he wanted to go to the restroom, and I was browsing around trying to get a snack. And another voice was saying, "Girl, chill." I didn't really make much of it, so we just kept going and handling our business. And when we got out of the gas station, I asked my husband, "I think these two girls, black ladies, behind the food counter, they were talking about us." And he goes, what did they say? And I said, I heard one saying, it makes my blood boil when he comes here with a white girl.
Bitterness.
And I heard the other one saying, girl, chill. Then she stopped talking. The moment I told my husband this, he looked at me and he started rolling his eyes. I'm like, why are you rolling your eyes? What's going on? He said, these ladies always see me coming in by myself. 99.9% of the time I go there by myself. There is this one time I walk in there with you and they have some slick comments to make like this. I was like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. So they see you walking in here by yourself all the time. And this one time you come in there with me, they have something slick to say. I'm just lucky I didn't react to what she said because I looked around the store. We were the only people in there. So they could have been talking about something completely else. They could have been talking about another two people, but no, they were talking about us. Like I said, there was nobody else in that store. And you want to know something? It is one thing to scroll TikTok or Instagram looking for women or certain type of content so you can make a video about it on YouTube. And it's a complete different thing when you're actually experiencing this type of behavior in person. Because these women, they don't know my husband from nothing. These women, they don't know who he is. They don't know who I am. And they don't know, obviously, that there are other people except for white and black women who live on this planet. I am not a white woman. I'm of Turkish descent. Of course, they don't know this. But when you look at me, you can tell very well that I am not your typical white woman. And even if he did walk in there with a white woman or a different woman who's a non-black woman every single day, why do they feel so entitled to make a slick comment about it?
Real talk.
Yeah, you see what she said? Entitled. Now, you can talk all you want, the lady before that with the bonnet on, but why do so many feel entitled? You have black men that do too. I'll be honest. There are guys out there that feel entitled. Not me. Because what we do, you can't do. We go all across the world, and there are women that do it too. But what do? What do those women do that get men from other countries? They lay everything down, all the clothes, all the money, because you have to. You have to forget about it all and actually find love. That's the difference.
Even as we were paying for our stuff, it was like he murdered their mama. I mean, it's unbelievable to me because I have not experienced this so far. And I've been here in PA for a couple of times now, and I have never came across this type of behavior. Now, you might say, oh, you're overreacting. But maybe they are the ones who are overreacting. Because what are they really mad at? What are they mad at? I thought this is a man that they don't want anyway. Do you know how many times I was reading comments on Instagram a while back when my channel was going viral that my husband is yesterday's trash? Back then, I had a couple of pictures of my husband and I uploaded on my Instagram. They were talking about, girl, thank you for taking out the trash that we don't want. So if that is the case, why be upset if my man walks in the store with somebody that does not look like you? We get a lot of compliments from people, but then again, of course, there are some haters, and it's not like I'm concentrating on them, not at all. I'm appreciative for every positive comment that is coming our way. But again, something like this kind of got me thinking like, okay, I thought some women wasn't mad at that. I thought they don't care. But really deep down inside, they do care, because if they would not care, they would not make a comment like that. And obviously, when somebody is making your blood boil, you're getting upset at something. You're internally upset, which is the reason that your blood is boiling, obviously, right? One thing that I would love to know is, why get mad at a black man walking inside of a store with a non-black woman? Is it the fact that she doesn't have a man? Maybe it's the fact that if she does have a man, that he looks like shit. So she looks over to her man or on her phone screen looking at that dude like, shit, how the hell did this white woman do so much better than me? How the hell did this white woman get this handsome black man that is driving such a nice car? Oh.
That's it right there. I can end it right there. Shout out to her. That's Soraya Brooks. She's married to a black man. And that's what happened. And that's what happens. You've heard plenty of other stories like that as well. The man doesn't belong to you. He went in the store tons of times before. You ladies didn't even try to talk to him. Because you know, girls are shooting their shot nowadays. You didn't even try to shoot your shot and him tell you no. I'm married to her. Didn't even try, right? But how do you feel entitled to him and you won't even talk to him? Other ladies are shooting their shot. Seems like you got to do the same because no man's obviously talking to you.
Real talk alert.
That's our going where the American dollar goes a long way. And as a man, your value is largely based in being able to provide. Happening is these guys are going to places where they can provide better and more than all of the other people large and far. And what happens with any man in any country provide more than all of the other men is he usually gets exactly what those guys are getting. So it is a hack. I think that when we talk about it on the front end, definitely to gain those experiences, like you said, women that some of these people would never touch and be spoken to, etc. So it is kind of a hack low key when you think about it on the front end.
What a lot of people don't realize, and I talk about it all the time, the other benefits that comes with it, as far as the tax benefits, as far as the cheaper living, it's much different. It truly is. When you go across these waters and you go, wait a minute, I can get this. I qualify for that. And seriously, guys, you can literally live out the country. Like, say, for instance, right? Me, for instance, I get a credit for $130,000 a year. And that's off any taxes I have to pay just because I live overseas more than 330 days out of the year. Tell me that ain't winning.
Something that fascinates me the most about passport bros is the actual journey to take their life overseas or to find a woman overseas, because there is one man that I know of that I guess you could call a passport bro. He's, in the community. And what happened was he's got either 2 or 3 kids, and I'm pretty sure he is a doctor, retired at this point. He divorced from his wife when the kids were like in college. And I don't know exactly what got him to Thailand, but he ended up marrying a woman younger than his kids. So his kids are in his late 20s. The woman was in her mid 20s, and she has a small child. And I saw footage of the wedding, and they hired this big time videographer to make this very big romantic to-do about it.
This is the way.
And what was most notable about the video was his daughter in the video literally looking like she's ready to vomit. She was completely sick about it. And you have to realize, probably doesn't care, that he has completely blown up his entire life to now have this new life with this woman in Thailand because he's decided to start living there.
Why do you care?
And it fascinates me that, what is it that gets men to the point where they say, whatever it is that I have going on here in the United States or in the UK or whatever it is, whatever life I have here, it's so uncomfortable that it's worth the discomfort of completely losing this. So oftentimes I know that they are men who are divorced. Well, that means that they probably have children from their first marriage. And oftentimes kids don't really like what it is that their dad is doing, especially if it means abandoning them, especially if it means abandoning potential grandchildren so that he can have a new wife that is the same age as his kids from his first marriage. In many countries, there is a nickname for passport bros. It's LBH, loser back home. And, it really does ring true. And what's even sadder about it is, we know some of the passport bros don't really have anything going on at home, so they have nothing to lose. What makes it really sad is some of them actually do have things to lose.
It will never stop. Look at this. Can't stop talking about it. She made this video 3 hours ago. I will never understand the men who abandon their own child to to pursue love overseas. Look, what happens is men get tired. They are tired of being mistreated, especially if he's a husband. Sometimes he doesn't care about that small child. That man needs to go live life. Example, me, myself, right? When I traveled overseas, my son was 5 years old. He turned out fine. I still made sure I went back from time to time, spent time with him, but I also made sure I spoke with him continuously. I still speak with him every day today, right? If a man is taking care of his responsibilities, he needs to go live life. That's how I see it. At the end of the day, a man is a man. If he doesn't think it makes sense to keep going through the nonsense of dating women in America, he needs to leave. Why would he stay behind and not get what he's due? For instance, why would he stay behind and not get sex all the time, right? Not only that, not get his place cleaned, not get certain things, certain attention of a husband. Because these ladies nowadays, they forgot what it is to serve a man. Oh, say serve. Anyway, let's move on.
Marriage plans are the fastest growing demo. Sorry for them, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about, because in my mind, I'm just like, if you have no plans.
That was the only thing throwing me off. Like,
if you have no plans, then I mean, you have other things. Bless you. There's other things you should be worried about.
You know
the
what?
woman is what is it called? The variable. What's the one that doesn't change? You know how you have like hypotheses, the variables. Like, what is the one?
There's like a recent episode or maybe recent clip where I said that I'm happily single. That I don't know why that had people in an uproar, because how can you be happily single?
Really? Yeah. What were they saying?
I don't know. Someone actually DM'd me and said, "Oh, you're 27. You can't possibly be happily single at this age. You should be married with kids." I actually ended up responding to him and said, "Excuse me," but then I was like, "Amanda, what the are you telling this man excuse me for?" I said, "Just block him." But I do want to read what the he said, because I was like,
please, let's go.
I was like, what is this man talking about?
And let's hope she responds.
At 27, happily single. Yes, that's what you should be thinking. That's what he's thinking. It's true. What's wrong with that? When you go overseas, that's what most of the women are thinking. I want to be married. I want to have kids. This is called for.
Women ending marriages because they're bored. Like, who ends a marriage because they're bored? What happened to your vows? What happened to in sickness and in health to death do you part? Like, do we need to add a new clause in that says, like, in fun times and in boredom? Like, I'm sorry, life is not one big honeymoon stage. Life is not fun, excitement, you know, that feeling in your stomach all the time. When you've been with someone a long time, real life gets in the way. You have to go to work, you have your kids to look after, you have bills to pay. It gets boring. Real life is boring. And you're never going to find someone, sorry women, you are never going to find someone that you are not bored with, ever. Everybody gets bored at some point in a relationship, but it's the people that can be bothered to stick with someone. Like, people stick with people who are like, who through so many hard things, through cancer, through loss of children, through so many awful things, and then nowadays women are leaving marriages because they're bored. Like, don't get married if you want to do that. Like, what happened to, I'm sorry, this is making me sound really old, what happened to, like, working on relationships, getting married and going through the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, and really working at your relationship, like, rather than just the moment things get a little bit boring, just be like, oh, well, you know, I've had enough of this now, I'll just get divorced and get married again. Like, I've had the nice fairy tale wedding and now I can't be asked with everyday life. Like, it's just, ending a marriage out of boredom is a joke. Please tell me if you've been there. If you have been there, then you're definitely better off without that woman, because boredom is just part of everyday life. Anyway, I'm off to a jive festival, like a swing jive festival thing today, and I was going to wear the dress that I had on, but it does look like it's going to rain, so I've switched into like a long skirt and a little kind of frilly top. But yeah, anyone have a great day, enjoy your Sunday.
marriage rates in the United States from 1990 to 2020. Here's a beautiful little graph for all you nerds out there like myself that like to see this stuff. Look at this decline from the 90s just to 2020 alone. Look how that drops off right there. And you can even see there in about 2016, 2017, red pill content, and then you see a huge, bigger decline. And this is a shout out to Bachelor Joker on X. This is Better Bachelor for those of you who know him on YouTube. I like this guy's stuff. I enjoy his stuff. So credit to him. And he says, self-explanatory why marriages are on the decline. Men are waking up and women are acting more entitled and less feminine. Thanks to TikTok and OnlyFools, it's easier than ever to see it. Do you agree with this? I think this is super duper interesting, but I know that men are waking up.
Welcome to the new world.
Did you guys hear that 900,000 women filed for divorce last year in 2024? Did you also know that 30,000 men filed for divorce last year in 2024? That is over 1 million divorces. Huh. It's safe to say marriage doesn't work. Coming from somebody that's been divorced, I've been single for 10 years. It's nice to have maybe a companion, a chick maybe to build something with, but that's about it, man. And to the people that are looking to have children, do your research, because if you don't, you will be raising that child alone. That's what I'm going through right now. And I promise you, with the divorce rate, you're not going to last until that child's 18. So you're going to be raising it alone as a dad, or raising a child alone as a mom, or co-parenting. So my advice, do not get married. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Hold the line. Stay with me. This is the way.
Passport, bro. Cash for no.
So he's coming.